Digital Mortar's DM1 platform provides advanced location analytics and shopper tracking. To most people, that means stores. But DM1 isn't just about stores. It provides a powerful set of analytic and reporting tools that can drive arena optimization and CRM. Why do location analytics in an arena? Well, it can help you build a better experience for your fans. The complex dynamics of a stadium make for fascinating opportunities to improve ingress and egress, optimize concession usage, and build retail sales. But I think the CRM aspects are even more important. Knowing when fans came to a game, which games they pick and which they forgo, what they like to do in arena, it's all incredibly valuable. And of course, it's valuable because you can use it to drive better messaging, personalization, and loyalty programs. That's especially true in the world of mobile apps, where you have a built-in channel for both geolocating fans and communicating back to them. There are a ton of ways to collect geolocation data these days. For stadiums and arenas, the best is probably Wi-Fi. Your existing access points can provide tracking on customer smartphone locations. And for large spaces like an arena, it's the perfect solution. What's more, most stadium Wi-Fi systems get significant usage these days, giving you an opt-in point and a potential bridge to your CRM system. And if you've built or are building a mobile application, you can make it geo-aware using an off-the-shelf library. It takes just a few hours of work, and you can have powerful, accurate, CRM-ready data for every mobile app user that can flow through our DM1 platform. Video camera and passive network sniffers are widely used in retail stores for shopper tracking. They can provide better positional accuracy and broader population tracking than Wi-Fi or mobile apps. But they're more expensive and they take work to deploy. The analysis we'll walk through today is based on the first two technologies, and we think that's generally the right place to start for arena analytics. So, what gets tracked by these systems? The short answer is a lot. The games people go to, the time they spend there, their concession and entertainment choices and time preferences, all of which can be matched up to metadata about the event, its type, the opposing team, promotions, weather, ticket class, and more, to give you a really good idea about what the fan likes and doesn't. Here's a visualization. Remember, the data is really just a series of timestamps, location coordinates, and device signatures. It's the mapping to the stadium and the metadata around the event that make it meaningful. But with that mapping, you can make powerful inferences about fan preference. Of course, to use this data for CRM, you have to know who it's about. By default, at least, location analytics data is mostly anonymous. Here are the times when you can de-anonymize it and use it effectively for CRM. Mobile apps are the obvious slam dunk, creating a direct digital join of arena data and digital exhaust, as well as known identities for both. But of course, that only covers your app population. Adding an email opt-in for Wi-Fi is the next place you can establish a join. Even where cell coverage is great in a stadium, cell service can get overwhelmed, making Wi-Fi a frequent and useful option. You can take advantage of that by adding in opt-in and geolocation ties. You can also potentially de-anonymize the journey wherever you have a transaction. Anything from scanning a ticket to a loyalty program tie at concession stands to entering a special area. As with most joins, there is no 100% solution. The key is to create as many joins as possible so that you maximize your fan CRM database. As I mentioned, the first critical step with this data is mapping each event to a meaningful location. We do that using the digital planogram builder in our DM1 platform. It allows us to build multi-floored structures of any size or complexity, rapidly map them to function, and store multiple levels of metadata around each location point. Next, we like to use DM1 to get a basic handle on the data, looking at the key descriptives, starting with foot traffic and linger times. We don't expect anything too mind-blowing from this, but it helps to get a sense of the relative volume of data and how basic patterns of usage play out. And even on this basic view, you can sometimes find useful information. Things about queue times. That po' boy stand is slow. And how much time fans are investing in the team gear retail areas. Next, we like to apply some simple filter segmentations. On the left is beer buyers. On the right, non-alcoholic beverage buyers. The kids' beverage buyers are much more likely to shop the team store, much less likely to hang out in the southern end of the arena. And finally, we'll apply similar segmentations based on event type. No surprise, but the usage and concession pattern of a music event are dramatically different than at a game. Once you've got a handle on the basic descriptives, you can think about what to use for a data-driven segmentation. As I mentioned before, metadata is critical to building real insight. For this analysis, we captured basic information about the event type and more detailed information about games, including their timing. We wanted the first set of metadata to help us build a fan attendance segmentation. We wanted the second to help build a usage and arena behavior segmentation. Here's a complete list of all the data points we used. Each was normalized prior to the segmentation. And here's the resulting attendance-based segmentation. We've produced a 4x4 map of 16 segments that's also organized into broader categories. Fans with sporadic attendance patterns that are harder to predict, fans who are focused on particular games, fans that seem to pick games based on their day and time, and various types of regular attendees. Keep in mind, these are behavioral segmentations, not demographic inferences, but real data patterns based on game attendance. And you can use this type of segmentation to target and personalize more effective messaging. Here, we've broken out some of the strategies derived for each segment. One of the most common questions I get asked is, how do you go from a segmentation to a targeting strategy? There is no magic formula, and it usually involves a lot of experimentation. But one high-level approach that I often use is something I call more of the same and one new thing. A lot of the most successful calls to action are simply of the, quote, do more of what you're already doing variety, unquote. It's a good strategy, and it usually works. So for fans of matinees, we target a matinee performance. But we'll also try to figure out one new thing for them that's correlated in some way to the underlying behavior. Matinees are family heavy, so we also targeted t-shirt night as a possible behavioral extension. It's not magic, but we think more of the same and one new thing is a nice, easy rubric to approach a targeting strategy for every segment. I promised 2 segmentations. Here's the second, a segmentation based on in-arena behavior. You can see Uber groups of folks who spend a lot of time away from their seats. The game? What game segments? Family-oriented groups, traditional concession consumers, beer and food at key points, and some segments grouped around specific timing patterns. I've broken out 2 segments for a more detailed look. The first is the multiple full food group. You can see their propensity around in-arena behavior, and they're well above average around food purchase, pre-game, in-game, and most especially late game too. It's a much less common behavior. Check out the early food group by contrast. They tend to do one food visit, and it's nearly always before the game starts, almost never late in the game. Looking at the targeting, you'll see examples of our more of the same and one new thing strategy. For the early food crowd, we know we're probably not going to get them into later heavy food consumption, so we tried a mid-game snack appeal. We also tried a promotion to get them to spend a little more in that initial visit and theme the creative around not going hungry late in the game. Understanding a fan's behavior can help you design a targeting strategy and tune the pitch to match the way they'll be thinking. That's powerful. All right, let's bring it all home. We've focused here on the CRM and segmentation uses of geolocation data. Not only do I think that's the coolest stuff, I also think it's the most impactful. But there are a host of uses for this data and lots of ways you can use it to build better experiences. When you think about the investment in geolocation, keep that in mind. This definitely isn't a one-trick pony. For example, if you're focused on mobile app adoption, integrating geolocation not only opens up personalization options based on the type of segmentation I've shown, it creates opportunities to deliver mobile value-added services that aren't just Me Too versions of what's on ESPN. We especially like surprise loyalty concepts that use analytics and fan behavior to create real moments of surprise and delight. Nor should you discount the potential for better stadium experience and increased per-game spend. Better design and better allocation of real estate can significantly improve a wide range of fan engagement behaviors. Here are the big takeaways, the things we really want you to remember. 1. Integrating geolocation data into your app is a no-brainer, and using your arena's Wi-Fi geolocation capabilities is almost as much of a slam dunk. There are other technologies to consider for specialized measurement applications, but you should get started with those too. Second, mobile app and Wi-Fi both present great joint opportunities to de-anonymize the data and make it available to your CRM system. 3, segmentation of that data is a powerful way to build better targeting and messaging. We've shown attendance and in-game behavioral segmentations as examples. And finally, don't just focus on segmentation in CRM. This data is great for a wide variety of experience optimization and stadium design projects. It can help you improve operations and give your fans a better game experience. That's worth a lot too. Thanks for listening. As we like to say, it's all about making great stadiums better.